Hi, I am Glenda, and this is my husband Brett.
Welcome to our live.
Welcome to our life. We haven't been here in a few weeks, and we didn't really have a lot planned today,
Sliding.
but we are. What are we about? We're actually about mindful eating. So before we go any further, we just want to let you know, thank you for being here, and thank you for joining. And what we are about, this channel is about lifestyle, but specifically about our mindful eating lifestyle. I've been on a mindful eating journey for a very long time, but I have been committed for the past year. But in how long did you and I become aligned in mindful eating?
I don't know if it's been that long. I would say in the last 5 months, maybe 4 or 5 months.
Okay. And we have just been joining in to share, not only to share our journey, the benefits, but also to encourage people to that. Because even though it's been only a few months, it's made a world of a difference.
Yeah, for me, I think I was reluctant to be mindful about my eating because I turned to eating so often and I didn't want to give that up. But once I started realizing the mindful aspect that a lot of my eating was emotional and I was unhealthy dealing with my emotions by turning to food, then I became more serious about still enjoying the foods that I like, but being mindful to not just mindlessly eat.
Exactly. So,
I'm curious what's in.
yeah. So, anyways, what we have been doing in these lives is talking about mindful eating, but also we have been doing lunches together, and we don't have exact lunch to share, but I wanted to do a live reaction and review on an item that I got for myself that I've been holding on to, and I'm going to share it with Brett live.
What I don't know what this is. I don't know what she got.
Can you guess? Can you guess what this might be? No? Okay. All right. Should you open it? You open
Yes.
it. All right. You open it.
Didn't we already have one of these? Didn't you have one of these that was 3 times the size?
It was not 3 times the size. I had a $20 one. I bought one for $30 or $20. No, I never did half. No, I never owned the $300. We've never owned the $300 ones. I have never, because I'm
She's
not a baker.
gotten so many things and given them away that I don't think she remembers.
If it's $20 or less, and it can be good for $20.
It's still there.
No.
There was a giant one up here.
No, it was a $30 one or $20 one. Anyway, so I found this, and the only reason why I got it is because, all right, I found the best recipe, the best protein recipe for bread. So we're actually gonna put this to the test live. I don't know how it's gonna work out with the sound and everything, but I wanted to surprise you because I'd rather show him in live, so that way I don't get in trouble.
Well, she's still in trouble,
but
and I am surprised.
Okay, but the reason why I spent on this is because I found it on Amazon for like $60. That's it. These cost hundreds of dollars. So I thought $60 is a nice night out. I get it. And since I'm baking this bread that I have, I'm going to use it. And that way I don't have to go all the day. No. So it's a protein bread I shared a couple of days ago in one of my reels. And basically the recipe is 3 eggs. Go ahead, you can start opening. The recipe is 3 eggs, 85 grams of allulose or any sweeteners of your choice, 1 teaspoon of guar gum, vanilla. But today I'm going to add cottage cheese to it. I'm going to add cinnamon, and I'm going to add raisin. I used that bread the other day. I made that bread and I used it for a burger, and it was really good. It was like a sweet egg bread, but this time, and then the remaining of it, I used it for French toast. The French toast was so good. I was like, oh my gosh. First of all, I made the bread a second time, and I ate. Did I make it a third
you made French toast the one day I'm away at the office.
I know. I made the bread a second time, and I loved it. And it's just gonna be a staple in my house. This bread is gonna be a staple in my house, and so I just couldn't feel like I have to move everything. This is nice. It's very compact. I like that it's a very compact machine. The brand is Kitchen in the Box. What I like about this is, if you can see, it has the tools that a fancy one would use, which is this. I really don't know. I'm not a baker, so I don't know what these are for. So I'm gonna learn. But I know I've seen this one and this one, and this one. So I'm really excited to get this stand mixer. Get my hands on this stand mixer. So here we go. I need you to help me figure out how to use this. So I don't know what this is for. I guess you can let me know what each. I know, but what they're used for.
Maybe for like thick dough.
Okay, maybe the sourdough. I don't know what this one is for. It does not feel as sturdy. I don't know what the fancy ones are. Here's the mixing bowl. We are going to, and let's see how loud it is. Okay, let's put it. Can we?
You have the extension cord ready?
I don't. Okay, so while he's looking for the extension cord, so what I'm going to share is the instruction manual, but this is pretty self-explanatory. On the side, we got a couple of knobs. The push, I assume the push helps to bring the top down. And then we have on the side here, the strength. Put it right there. And then what else? That's it. So I think for what I need, I'm going to use this one. And we are going to, let me put it right here so I can show you. Okay, how do we put this? All right, so Fred is my instruction reader.
This is the one you want to start with?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Hopefully I did that right. Testing her.
We are. Well, I guess it's. Oh, there we go. So while it's up, it's not going to turn on, which is good because we don't want it to go. And as soon as it goes down. All right, so let me rinse this real quick, and we are going to continue in the conversation.
And then this covers the bowl.
Right. That's what I also liked, because the other one that I used to have, which was the $20-$30 one, the other one that I had looked like the handheld one. It just had a bowl, and so it wasn't this fancy. This looks like the real deal. The only thing with this, I don't think it has the bowl for ice cream, which I actually don't mind, because if you haven't noticed, I have an ice cream. We have the Dash ice cream maker, which is really good. You can check out that in the video review.
Over to the side, so it's
where?
not going to fit in there.
All right.
Let it spin. No, but does it spin? Oh, it moves around.
It moves around. Okay, so how do we put this? Okay, maybe we need to. I think we have to do this.
No, I think it attaches to the bowl. Sorry, we're figuring this out.
No, it doesn't. Right there. There we go.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh.
But now, can you look at the instruction for how this hole? Where does this hole go? All right, so we're looking at this.
Oh, that's for you to be able to stick the mixer.
Oh, okay, so then this should go to the front. So this is going to go to the front. Okay, there we go.
So.
We are assuming that's why we need the instructions. All right, so we are putting the bowl right there.
No picture on.
And by turning it lefty, we're going to tighten it. And we are going to make.
It's supposed to be lefty-loosey, right?
Lefty-loosey. Okay, so it would be righty because I'm moving it to the right to tighten it. And then to the lefty loosey, we get it out. So righty tighty, that's where we lock the bowl in place. We put the what is this piece called?
I would call it like a splash guard. But
The splash guard. Okay, so the splash guard has a hole. The hole is facing me. We are assuming because it doesn't seem to be in the instructions. The instruction is not as clear. Kitchen in the box. All right. We have 3 eggs that we are going to use. And I break the eggs separately because I don't want to put any.
So this one is called a mixing beater for beating eggs.
Okay,
and
perfect.
Then the hook one is a butter and dough hook for kneading the paste.
There we go.
And then there's an egg whisk for beating and frothing the egg white, milk, or liquid.
Which one is that one?
I don't
Maybe
know
that
if
one.
it's between this one.
It doesn't show it.
Oh yes, sorry. So the one that's on is the egg whisk.
Okay.
And this one here is the mixing beater.
Okay, mixing beater. What would the mixing beater be for?
So the mixing
3 eggs.
mixing beater is for mixing and beating eggs. So if that's what you want to do, maybe we should take this one off and put that one on there.
This one?
This one is an egg whisk. So the egg whisk is for beating and frothing the egg white or milk and liquid food. So if you want regular egg beater, maybe it's that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
I don't know how to take it.
How do we take it out?
I don't know. So
Oh, okay.
it spins off.
Okay.
So you see the shape, you have to match the shape and then twist it on.
All right. All right. We are going to press it down and we are going to start. That's not bad. The sound. I'm going to go.
Can you hear us still?
Can you still hear us? I'm going to go all the
Give us
way.
a thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up if you can still hear us. All right. While that's eating, we are going to add allulose. It's going to be 85 grams of allulose. Okay.
Here's the difference. This one you do a little too sweet.
So what is?
So you can add your ingredients through there. You have to put the unit on first. So that. So Glenn is making this protein bread because the way she eats, she focuses on high protein. She focuses on high protein, low carb, high fat foods. And that works great for her, but I can't stick to that kind of lifestyle because I love sweets too much, carbs. So I focus on calorie counting, eating the foods that I want, that I crave, but making sure that I just don't go crazy with them like I used to. And honestly, even in, this past week I'd been going to the office a few days and they had lots of treats around. And I did indulge and I ended up going over my calorie count for the day. But I still kept track, even when I was going overboard. I didn't just throw my hands up and say, oh, well, whatever, never mind. I kept tracking. And so even if I went over a couple hundred calories, the fact that I was still tracking it kept me accountable and kept me from eating even more. So my lifestyle, the calorie counting, is a boundary that helps me still eat the foods that I want to enjoy when I want to enjoy it, but be mindful. It's part of that mindful eating. And so even though I went over my calories a little bit this week, I didn't gain weight. I maintained weight. I didn't lose weight. I have lost 20 pounds
since I started this mid-March, and I may want to lose an additional 20 pounds, and I'm trying to lose that 2 pounds a week with my calorie counting. So this week I didn't necessarily lose, but I also didn't gain. So my extra calorie intake allowed me to maintain, even though I was eating things like donuts or big breakfast that I don't normally eat. Gwen is moving on to her next ingredient, which is the guar gum powder.
The guar gum is what's key for the texture of this bread. So I'm gonna add it little by little on.
So for me, the calorie counting is a lifestyle that works for me and that I think I will likely use for the rest of my life, because at the moment, even though I'm in a weight loss journey, once I reach the ideal weight, I'll be able to increase the number of calories I'm eating to maintain, kind of like what happened this week with the sweets. And I noticed that when I go on this for a long period of time, I instinctually know what calories are in the foods I'm eating. Even if I'm out at a restaurant or something else, I can quickly estimate because of how long I've been tracking calories. So even though I may do this for the rest of my life, I won't always necessarily have to pull out the app and track the exact calories. If I go to a restaurant, I may know that, hey, if I'm eating a hamburger bun at a restaurant, that bun may be 200 calories, whereas if I'm eating it at home with my keto, low-carb, 60-calorie bun, it's not going to be the same. So I can adjust and do things like that.
So I've added, again, I have made this bread, and what I'm doing different is I am adding cinnamon. I have this bread on my shorts. I don't have a full video on it. I should probably do a full video on it. But I'm making it cinnamon raisin today. And we are mixing this until we see it be gooey almost, like a slime.
Does it need this one for the dough?
No, it's not going to need that one. It's looking like a slime. I wish I had a second camera to show you, but I don't. But that is, I think, about done almost. And we are going to, another thing that I'm going to do, is that we are going to add cottage cheese to it. I don't know how this is going to be, and we won't stay live for the whole thing, but you'll have to follow us on our Instagram to check out our stories. We're pretty regular there on our stories, and that's at BG Krupnik. We share what we eat on a daily basis.
I can't experiment as much as she does, because when I'm hungry, I want to eat. And if she messes something up, I don't have the patience to start from scratch. However, I have noticed that a lot of the stuff I eat is like pre-packaged because it's easy to calorie count. And when she's cooking something in the house, I'm like, what is that smell that smells so good? Did you make something for me? How many calories is it? Because honestly, her food is better quality.
But even though, okay, so that looks pretty good actually. Look at that. Let me see if I can show you. You can see.
So let's see the front of the blade.
You can see how it's hanging almost like a slime. So that's pretty good. I'm going to, how do we take this off?
The other way.
Ready?
One way. Oh, I guess not that way.
Okay. Okay. So look at this.
What would it taste like if I tasted that dough?
Look at this dough.
That dough actually tastes good. I can taste the cinnamon.
All right, so we're gonna add raisins and we're gonna fold in cottage cheese. I'm so excited. So I need. All right, we need to blend. Can you blend me a cup of cottage cheese on that? I'm experimenting. I've never made this with cottage cheese. This is gonna be my first time. We're gonna see how it comes out. But this is gonna be. Let's do a cup. Yeah. What I was gonna say is that this is actually gonna be easy calculate the calories because all we have is 3 eggs, cinnamon, vanilla. Like I have the measurements of everything. So we're going to be able to calculate. And then I have a bread pan that we're going to use to bake it. And then when we cut it, we will know exactly about how many pieces of how many calories on each slice. And where is what he's doing over there is he is gonna blend. We are gonna blend it. Let's put it in here. Yeah, we're gonna put it in a chopper. So this is an electric chopper that we have. We're gonna just put it on. That's good. It's about a cup, just under a cup of cottage cheese. And then I got myself some raisins. I like raisins. You guys like raisins? I don't always eat a lot of them, but I do like them. They're a good sweet treat, a good replacement for when I am craving like something chocolatey. Nuts and raisins really do help satisfy that taste from time to time. Quarter of a cup. I'm low carb. This is not as low carb, but I'm not carb free. I just don't eat a lot of breads because I know that when I eat breads or like full on white breads and things like that, it makes me want to eat more of that. And
the microphone is about to start chopping.
Okay. While he's mixing, the breads make me want to eat more, and I am trying to be mindful about how much I eat. So my boundaries is surrounding that. I tend not to eat breads in the house. I tend not to eat like regular chips. I eat some breads, like I'll have it in the sushi because it's controlled. But if I make it here, I can eat a whole pot of bread. I can eat a whole pie of pizza. So I'd rather stay away from them. I'm not saying that I never have them, but I have boundaries. And when I do have them, I am intentional about having them. I think that should be okay, bread. All right. So now that the cottage cheese is blended, we are going to. We're going to fold it right in. Yep. And then I'm going to measure how much I'm putting only because I want to count for the purpose of bread halving. I'm just going to put a quarter cup. It says 120 calories for a quarter cup. That's what I'm going to use. And we're almost done here. The baking of.
You want me to start putting this in?
Yeah, you can fold it in. The baking of this, when I made this loaf, the last time it took about 15 minutes at 350 degrees. That's okay. So, at 350 degrees, so about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a hit for me. I don't know if you tell me if you like the cinnamon raisin bread that this brand, I think it's Sunmade, right? Isn't it Sunmade that made the bread? There is a cinnamon. Maybe it's pepper rich. Tell me in the comments if you like that bread. I used to love that bread, and if I have that bread here, oh my gosh, that bread with butter is so good. It's like dessert. Yes, I can have it by itself with butter, French toasted. All right, so we are folding it, and as he's folding, I'm going to start adding little by little the raisins into this. I'm so excited about this because I think this is gonna be a hit. All right,
I guess even though it's a lot of cottage cheese, then maybe it'll be like a cheesy bread, if anything.
Like a what?
Cheesy bread.
No, because, well, I've made like a tortilla out of a cottage cheese.
I know, but this has like dough now with it, not just.
Yeah. So, well, the dough is what's going to keep it together, which is going to be good. I'm curious. Go follow us on Instagram so you can see the final results because obviously we're not going to stay on live here. Even though this is a silicone mold and it's supposed to make it so that the bread comes off easy, I have baked using silicone molds and I have noticed that it's been, I have these other little silicone thingies that I have used for muffins. And when I have baked with these, they stay stuck. So now I just put a little bit of the original, spray, non-stick spray, whichever one is of your choice. This is probably not the best, but we're gonna go with it because it's just a little spray. Okay, so that's it. We're done. We're gonna go ahead and put in the. Oh wait, did we put? Oh yeah, you did put all the rest of the raisins.
I did.
Okay.
Oh, I dropped one over there. But most of the rest of the raisins.
Are they bad for dogs?
I don't know. That's a good point. Let me pick it up.
So look how that is coming out. This is so good. This looks so good. I like the cinnamon look. So this bread, just so you know, when I made it, it's gonna rise, but then it's gonna settle. So it's not gonna stay risen because it's not like it's self-rising flour. I don't have anything to keep the flour risen, but so it's gonna be a little bit packed. More like I want to say more like a muffin, but it's not as dense as a muffin. It's light like a bread, packed, if that makes any sense. Yeah, okay. So I just want to see if you can see this, but look at the dots, the cinnamon dot tasting. So that looks awesome. Okay. All right, that's it. We don't need to really pack it. We're gonna put it in the fridge, in the oven, and that's it.
So I think, again, this live is a little different than some of our others, but the point of the live is with the mindful eating is that we both eat differently. We both eat what works for us, and what we're encouraging people or whoever is interested in doing is finding what works for you, not in a diet mentality. Like that didn't work for us. We tried lots of diets.
Yeah.
But the mindful eating, Glenda's paying attention to her body, eating when she's hungry, eating foods that satiate her, don't upset her digestive system.
Yeah.
I'm eating in a way that I can still eat ice cream or donuts or treats when I want them, but I'm still losing weight. So I'm not restricting complete food groups. I'm using boundaries on myself to decide, hey, why am I eating right now? Is it because I'm feeling a certain way and I need to healthily deal with those emotions so that I'm not just turning to food and gaining a bunch of weight? So I think for us, tracking it really helped us think about why are we eating right now? And we have a free resource for you guys, a mindful eating journal, in case you want to do the same thing. When you're getting ready to eat, you write down what you're eating, why you're eating it, how you're feeling at that moment, tracking the amount. And that just helps this mindful eating journey start for you.
Yeah, like yesterday I've been having struggles. I don't know if it's related to age changes, but just really quick, I was just all up in my emotions yesterday and I wanted to come eat and I decided, no, I'm not hungry. I'm not going to eat. So instead, I did have some water. I went to pray and I made sure that I just found myself doing other things, because for the people that eat a lot, sometimes we are just trying to keep our hands busy, trying to put it in my mouth and feed ourselves. And if it's not that, if it's not that, we're on social media, or Brett used to be like on the video games, and I would just try to not face my emotions. Instead, I decided to confront the emotions that I was having, and then I decided to be productive about it. So that's basically what we're all about. Besides, I enjoy making my own food, even though I'm not the best of the chefs, but hopefully maybe one day I will be. Maybe in 5 years, I'm going to look at this video and be like, oh my gosh, look at that beginner and look at me now. We'll see.
And for Glenda's credit, for me, sometimes I may want to just go straight to the sweets. And so I'll stop myself and say, are you really hungry? If you're hungry, then I may give myself something low calorie that's satisfying first. Like I carry around little mini jerky sticks. They're only like 20 calories each. Yeah. I may eat a couple of those and wait before I go to the sweets. I do save calories for sweets later, but so that's my boundaries. Like, yes, I'm going to allow myself to have it but not uncontrollably all day long.
Exactly.
If this is new for you, hearing about mindful eating, or if you want to ask us questions directly, or if you just want any kind of group setting for this, we have a Facebook group that you can join where we'd be happy to have some one-on-one time with you addressing this. And we also encourage, like, even if that's not enough, if you want like a specific one-on-one, we have a way where you can meet with us one-on-one through a mentoring session, full attention on a Zoom call. We're willing to do that.
We are not going to tell you what to eat, because one of the biggest things that Brett and I had was I wanted him to eat a specific way. He was hoping that I would eat a specific way for him to be able to fulfill his own boundary. Like, we were being a stumbling block to each other. So we realized that we just cannot tell people what to eat, because what Brett eats, I cannot eat it, but he's fine. He has enough energy to do whatever he needs to do. The man is busy from sun to sun, and that's the truth. And so what I eat makes me feel good. And so we realized that it's impossible. There is vegan, there is Mediterranean, there is keto, there is carnivore. I was keto, I was carnivore. I did Atkins, I've done vegan, vegetarian, raw. I mean, I did all kinds of diets. And I realized that I have a combination of all of those into one that helps me. I like whole nutrient-dense foods. Yes, I do get it, but I also don't want to beat myself up if I went to the dollar store and I get my little caramel sugar candies that I love, but then I know that I feel like crap afterwards. So that's where the boundaries come in. I think about, if I'm going to have something that I know is not good for me, I know I have to deal with some issues, so I don't want to have them. Whereas Brett's boundary says if he eats too much, then he's going to go over his calories and feel like crap. So basically, we're not going to tell you what to eat. We want to help you based on what you are eating, how to set boundaries around that so that you can have what you want, what your preference is, but that you feel good, and that you are living, that you're not a couch potato, and that you're not just numbed, eating, sleeping, and not living. So that's.
And when I was, being controlled by my emotional eating, I would be continually pressuring her, let's go to the restaurant, let's go to this restaurant. Yeah. And if it's something that I liked, then she's feeling pressured to eat. If I'm eating, chips and big desserts and those kinds of things, she'd feel like junk afterwards. I felt fine, although I was gaining weight. And then if she wanted me to go to a restaurant that was good for her, and I'm looking at a salad or something else maybe, or whatever it was at the time, and I'm like, this isn't working for me. We were having a little bit of a battle. Now at the house, she's making what's good for her. I'm making what's good for me. We can sit down together. We have found still restaurants or things we can go and enjoy where we're both getting satisfied. Maybe we go for sushi or something like that. But, again, it's about us also not being controlled if we go to a restaurant with friends or with family or go to our family's house for a gathering.
We plan ahead. We'll look at the menu. We plan ahead.
Bring our own dish.
Yeah, or like when recently we went to a gathering. I forgot which gathering. We planned ahead and we ate before we went so that we wouldn't overeat when we got there. So we plan ahead. There's just a little bit mindfulness that takes place in planning that really makes a difference. It's been so game changing that we just, it was years in the making, and we're so glad that we're here. It's years in the making. And
Glenda's feeling better on a daily basis because she's feeling satiated with the food she's eating. She's having better gut health and things like that. I'm feeling better because I've dropped 20 pounds and I'm on the path to continue to drop.
I'm also not farting as much. If you have a lot of farts, it's a sign that your it's a sign that your digestive system is not tolerating something. I just want to say that. And I am going to the bathroom regularly. I have my magnesium. I like it. You know what I mean? It's not like.
Can you tell I'm turning red?
Yeah. Because people don't talk about that, but it's the truth. Like if you're intolerant, Brett is intolerant to milk. He knows it, so he drinks what? Almond milk. You can't drink lactose when
I
you
eat
drink
ice cream every night.
ice cream. Well, but you don't have, but you haven't struggled with that.
That's right.
I wonder if it's
Maybe the portions.
maybe the portions. So, So, anyways, we thank you for joining. This is going longer than we really want to, and a little TMI, but no embarrassment here. I shared a post on that, on my struggle with food, and he knows it. But thank you for joining us. We bless you. We pray that I'm just going to close us up in prayer, and we just ask that you follow us. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for everybody that has watched this, that has stuck with us. Lord, we ask that you bless them, Father, that they remember that they do not live by bread alone, that you remind us that daily, and that whether we eat and drink, we do it all for your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. We bless you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure you subscribe, you follow us. Go to Instagram. We share there
Reach out and talk to us
daily.
on the Facebook.
Yeah, the Facebook is so small, it's almost like one-on-one. So come check us out. I put all the links in the description box below. Bye.